5. Hello, Tarien.
Hi.
Welcome. How are you?
Good, thanks, and you?
Amazing. I'm so glad that you're here today. It's all
Yeah,
about you.
Thank you for having me.
love it. And I love that we get to talk to you again. I think you were one of the first
Person.
authors. Yeah, one of the first authors that we interviewed back when we did the lives still. So it's exciting. I think you're also the first author that we're interviewing for the second time. I'm not counting like the
In general, yeah.
the founders. So yeah, I think it's just very exciting to see what you've been up to, and especially because you have Injustice launching in a couple of weeks. How
Thanks.
do you feel?
Well, always stressed, always stressed. That's just like the medium, the norm. So I'm busy formatting, like final formatting, like putting in the pretty, and then hopefully it can go to print. I've also got huge idea for like the limited edition book boxes, and I'm running a competition as well. It's gonna look like evidence packets. Angela's husband
love
actually inspired me, so I was like, my people are going to be getting like evidence packages with like extra hints that's not in the book. That's for the next book, maybe.
Maybe. Only maybe. What do you mean? No, I have lots of questions.
I don't know. You must see my planning board. I have a lot going on.
That's
A lot.
Moshe planning board. That's massive.
Like I have to say, like it kind of looks almost like an evidence board. I just need the lines that are connecting them.
Let me show you.
Please.
So
Wow.
there's Vice, Injustice, and then other ones. My fantasies, non-fiction, dystopian I'm going to write. I haven't printed them all, but yes.
Girl.
Plans. I got plans.
For me, because I am an arc reader of Injustice, and it's been absolutely amazing. And I love it. Of course, Narissa is one of my favorites, but another one that is my favorites in Injustice is Blair.
Yes. She's from far.
Would you ever, with Blair and Lorenzo, would you ever consider making their own book? Like their own genre?
Book. That's the first book. That's Vice.
Stop it! No, really, are they in Vice?
Vice is basically, so how I wrote it is if you read the fourth or the fifth or the third or whatever you read. So if you read the third first, the first two will be like a backstory. If you read the first one, then you're progressing forward. So however you want to read it, it interconnects.
Are you telling me Lorenzo and Blair's in here?
Yes, that is their story.
I'm gonna tell. I can't wait to tell my little team that we're busy with. What? Because we were talking about we would love a book about Lorenzo and Blair, and then I can't wait to tell them. Thank you. I'm so excited because I've started, but I didn't know. No. Now I know.
That is Blair and Lorenzo's story. And you read Injustice first, so for you, their story is going to be a backstory. So it adds it differently for you, like the experience.
I'm so excited now. What? Girl, I'm a heavy fan. I can't talk. Azaria talk. It's just, I can't right now.
Well, okay. So, sorry, we just even didn't give you a chance to introduce yourself. But I think at this at this point in time, you are part of the furniture.
Yes.
But still, if you would like to, anybody new that is watching this interview, just maybe give them a little bit of a background on who you are and what you do.
Okay. So I am by day a paid media specialist for an agency. And then by night I am a secret designer, illustrator, and writer of maybe many things. I'm a mom of 2 little girls, and that's me. I'm not really that interesting. Like, I think what I do at night is the most interesting.
Not to say bullshit, but you're lying.
You're lying.
Because you literally just you were saying about your day job, and that is great. But all the things that you listed that you do after work is insane.
No,
Look at that.
I'm the lady of the night.
I don't know how you get the time for all of that, especially because you're a full-time mom as well. And I think that is just a testament to what women can accomplish. Yeah.
Put our minds to it. Yeah, no,
Exactly.
definitely. When the little ones are asleep, I'm like, with my little one, she's 3 now, so I have to like lay there for like an hour and be like, and then we're actually okay.
Oh, really?
And you're probably thinking like everything that you could be doing in this hour and a half.
The guilt is real, and if I'm doom scrolling, it's even worse. Then I'll lay there and I'm like, oh, I should be writing. So yes, now I'll make the time.
You're gathering evidence when you're scrolling. See it like that.
Exactly. And I'm also watching series in between. Like I'm watching now Law and Order, the Special Victims, because I want some like insight for my next book, as well as adding to Injustice, just better jargon. So yeah, when I write a story, I integrate my entire life, even though I can't become a mafia wife, I'm a bit over the age.
No, you're a mafia wife. It's done. You're already a mafia wife. You Blair. 1000%. You wear the belt, babe. You fighting and everything.
Speaking of, you didn't mention that you already have a book published and out. Vice, that beautiful book that Lee was holding up with the stunning holographic images. I know, I still want that one. It's very high on my TBR. And yeah, you can maybe give us a little bit of background on Vice, just a quick recap, and then where Injustice slots in after Vice.
Okay, so Vice is where it all started for this whole series. And it's about Blair and Lorenzo. Blair is a conejita de seda, which is Spanish for silk bunny. So she's made into the silk bunny and used by men as a buffer in their big meetings with new clients. And because, a pretty thing on the arm is distracting, and that's what they want. She obviously comes from like a poor town, and then her boss's son is Lorenzo. And it wasn't insta love for her. I mean, she was young. I don't do underage. I'm at least keep to the lines. Anyway, he fell for her because he's much older, and she learned to love him. And then obviously some traumatic things happened, and then he saves her. And yeah, I don't want to give too much away. It's a short read. I've been told it's an easy read, so yeah. I don't want to give too much away, but that's the gist of it. It's set in Mexico, basically. So yeah. And then you said Injustice, how that's slotted in. So Injustice can be read as a standalone, or if it slots in, if you want to do the whole series, it's basically the follow-up, maybe like 5 or 6 years later. Blair and them have obviously aged in this book, but they are still the masterminds. And then it follows now. Injustice is a judge and a mafia wife, not a cartel wife. So I'm basically touching all the, how can you say, the crime families. The third book I think is going to be Russian, and then the fourth is going to be Triad. Yeah, so I'm touching on all of the crime families. So Injustice slots in as the mafia. Yeah,
I
mafia.
love that.
I'm actually really glad. I
So
started Injustice.
interesting. Yeah. Okay, obviously you said now, and I did ask you about this in the previous interview as well, but I want to touch a little bit more on Injustice than Vice. You're writing about, I wanted to say a foreign setting, because it is for us. Mexico is a foreign setting. And also about organizations that we see and hear a lot about in media, in movies, and things like that. But it's not local for us. So obviously, you had to do a lot of research and things like that. What I'm wondering is if there's a scene in Injustice, I'm sure there is, but what scene in Injustice was the hardest for you to write, and why?
Please, yes, I would love to know that one.
Without giving spoilers, obviously.
I know everything. I want to know now, yes.
So my arcs and my betas didn't know this, but I left it out for like on purpose. There's 2 scenes actually. So the ones I've added after the fact, because the one is that he has a flashback of when he got the news for his sibling that passed away. That is a big one that comes in pretty early on, like chapter 6, I think. And then the next flashback is going into depth of how Blair. Yeah, there's some trauma there that I had to add because I don't want to write trauma in the sense of like I want like shock value. I write it
so well. You write
to
so well.
add value to why they are the way they are now. Yeah. So those are the 2 that were difficult for me. That's why I didn't want to add it for my arcs and betas. I was like, I need to sit with this in my personal capacity and then shock them
I love
later.
that.
But I actually
love that.
love that though, because it's adding an element for those readers to actually, after publishing, pick up the book again and be like, wait, there's something
Clever girl.
sneaky. Oh, there's something sneaky in there as well.
Well, I actually got the idea. I got the idea to write it after reading Blood and Salt because I was busy still editing and sending out arcs, and then I was reading Blood and Salt from Angela, and I was like, you do need some like proper backstory, like trauma to explain why people are the way they are. And that's what I decided to do halfway through my arcs. I was like, damn it. Oh well, just play it like this.
Well,
No,
I think
it
it
played
works
out well.
I think it works quite well.
Mm.
Speaking of your editing, when you edit your own work, what is usually the first thing that you end up cutting?
I will end up cutting like in my first, what you mean, like line editing or developmental editing? Like which phase of editing?
First phase that you would go through, so developmental editing.
So I would first usually cut the things that sound, like repetitive. I will obviously get my feedback, and from myself, I know also, okay, this was a bit repetitive. That's the first thing I will go and search for. I don't go linear. I won't start like chapter 1, 2, 3. I'll go, okay, I know chapter 3 was an issue from all my feedback. Then I'll start dropping that.
Okay.
And then I'll go back and I'll be like, okay, like how can we change it or add to it or just leave it? Because I also found out the other day that if you write to leave a chapter ending like in the middle of nowhere is sometimes actually really good because I always want to write to completion. That is my biggest issue. And yeah, that's what I've also now started to do is I've started leaving it in a place where you as a reader have to fill it in, or I might add it later.
Yes,
what does that
exactly.
feel like? What does that feel like now that you are doing that?
It goes much faster. I'm not gonna lie because editing is my mortal enemy. Everything else is fine.
You can't
I'm
be good at everything, babe, because you're pretty good at everything. So
No, I'm not that good at editing. That's why I started taking in courses to become a copywriter and a copy editor. Copywriting for work and then copy editing
for yourself.
studying at the moment.
Yeah. I'm curious, how many drafts have you done for Injustice?
I think this is now the 18th draft.
No, you lie.
No, proper. Like I've changed a lot.
Because she giggles like it's fine.
But now I need to know what has been kind of like the most surprising discovery that you've made during this drafting process. Sorry, Angela, I see you.
Just agreeing. Like, yes, I'm agreeing. Me.
Wait, ask it again. I blanked there when I saw the hand waving. I was like, what's going on?
I don't know. Leader, you want to ask something?
Oh. I don't know. And talk.
No, I was going to ask after you. So carry on with your question.
My bad. Okay, go.
Sorry. No, so what I was asking is what has been the most surprising discovery for you and changes that you've made through your drafting process?
I would say the thing is having beta and ARC readers that obviously they give you insight because you get writer's blindness. I'm not going to lie. You miss big plot holes that you didn't even know you made. So that helped me a lot with my whole process because I never used to have that. Obviously, I would write, I would read it. Maybe my dad would read like a sentence or two because, reading puts some men to sleep. And, that nobody was honest with me in that process. At least now with the arcs and betas, look, sometimes I can tell when someone's just buttering my butt and calling me a biscuit, right? But most of the times they're honest. Like I know Lee was very honest. I had one where it was just like, the story was amazing, I loved it. I'm like,
That's not
You lied.
feedback.
No, I'm
you lying,
sorry.
first of all, and that's not
upset.
feedback.
No, I do not like your main female character. I almost said the swear word. Ivy can go away. Ivy, I know I'm not the only one. I get it. And especially what I love about what you put at the end of your books, you explain why you went there. You explain the psychology. Your note from that for me, out of everything, out of reading everything, that was for me nice, like a little, it's okay, let me give you a hug. It's okay. This is why I wrote it like this. Because love is complicated and it can't be perfect. And I'm like, fine, Tarien, I'll accept it. I got a hug. So wipe my tears away and we go on. So I really appreciated that. And I know it's a dark romance, and I've said it to you before, but your fantasy comes through. So
No.
I love it though, because you took me out of a place where I was literally many a times staring at the wall. I'm like, did that just happen? Especially the spicy scenes. I got very hot, very, very varm. I'm using a very nice word now. I got very varm where I just put down like, baby, are you busy now? Are you busy? No, like, are you busy now, baby? I'm feeling ways. But with your Unsealing King, I know we're talking about injustice, but since I put in the fantasy, I read your short story. I need to know more. I need to know more about the Unsealing King and what happens and how she stood up for herself. And everything, the choice that she had to make. I'm very excited for this book. That I love injustice, I love the dark romance, but I'm ready for your fantasy. I'm ready for your fantasy.
So am I.
Yeah, I also wanted to ask something or say something.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. So can I ask you, why Mexico? Of all of the places in the world, why Mexico?
So you guys are gonna laugh at me, but when I was younger, I never watched like Cartoon Network channel and SABC 1, 2, 3, all the kiddie shows. When we got DSTV, I was on the like Discovery Channel and the History Channel. So I was learning about like Pablo Escobar when I shouldn't have. And I say, all the things that kids shouldn't be doing at like 12, 13. And I fell in love with the whole like crime syndicate of like Mexico, the way they ran things. I mean, even their lingo, like a bar and a brick and Pablo Escobar, the way he hid his money reminded me of like the Kruger National Rands that also got like missing and stuff. So like it just intrigued me so much. So yeah, that's where I started. And also the whole war thing. I love watching the history where JF Kennedy was like, assassinated. That whole, Mexico or Cuba, those people aren't us or with us. I love that stuff. I'm such a history buff as well.
So that's quite fascinating, because obviously now you're starting to go into fantasy realm. Now I know from personal conversations with you that you love Celtic and Scottish stuff.
I do. I love it.
And we send a lot of things to each other about Scotland and blah blah blah. So based on going forward, do you think you're going to do anything with regards to that type of thing?
Well, I've started bringing it in on my rewrite, on my fantasy, but I want to bring it into the short stories that I'm busy doing. So the next, I've done The Crab King and the Girl Who Not Kneel, but in the next one, our next 4 is Siren and Sails, which is also one of the stories. Like the Loch Ness Monster was mistaken to be a mermaid, and so there's that. And I think, what's the other one? Something about eels, how eels never used to be the way they are, electrified and all that. So like I have a whole
deep.
Yeah, all things from the deep, which is definitely like Irish and Scottish. They have a lot of lore, like rich lore that I love going into, especially like, with Blood and Salt, the Kelpies and the Selkies, you open that also up to me. So there's a lot of things that have like opened up to me that I didn't really deep dive in, but I love. Like I love Scottish, and my dad is also, whenever we can, we're always like speaking accents to one another. That's why I am with my kids. You guys will sometimes see videos where I'm just like, my love, you can't do that.
Oh, I love it.
I love that as well.
So, yeah.
I think it also ties into what Lee was saying earlier, because I did also want to touch on Tales of the Tide as well, because I also beta read the first story. And
Yeah.
I haven't sent you my feedback yet because I wanted to message you like what exactly you are looking for in the feedback that you want. But yeah, from just that story, and I know it was your short story submission as well.
Yeah.
For the, I think it was the May prompt.
Yeah, for sure.
But it is beautiful. Your writing is beautiful. The way that you set up the scenes and everything like that. Yeah, it's a gorgeous story. And now you're saying as well with your others that you are going to incorporate that Celtic vibe as well, and mythology and things like that. It is very exciting. So yeah, you mentioned now with Songs and Sails, and then 8 Eels from the Deep, that you're going to add a little bit of that. How are you managing with those stories? How are you coming along?
Well, I have the backbone of it, because it's basically now just handwritten notes, and then once I've completed the Crab King story, like final edits, then I will start touching on the next one. That's how I always want something in either in work, almost completed, or an idea at least brewing, like notes. So I always have something in one of the phases. But yes, now I'm excited for Siren's story, the Song and Sails. That one I even have like artwork brewing. It's just busy in here. So yes.
The cover that you have for that one, is that just a temporary cover, or is that the cover you're going to go with for the book?
So the Tales of the Tides is the series collection cover, and then obviously each book will have its own. Yeah, obviously, because I know for ebooks you have to have your own cover, but then when it's printed, hopefully one day, the collection will have like chapter pages. That'll be the covers from the ebook.
Stories, yeah. Oh, nice. So are you going to publish the short stories separately?
Yeah, so I'm going to do them separately as ebooks. Yeah, because I do want to drop them so people can at least get to me. And then when I'm done, I'll print the whole collection as one book. Yeah.
I love
it. Slim meisies, jy weet wat sy doen. Slim meisies.
Really? Sometimes.
I'm going to now jump back to Injustice, and you're talking about evidence, because I saw you made 1 or 2 posts about it. Explain, what is this evidence thing? What is this thing? How do we enter to find? Because explain.
Okay, so it's the Injustice Mystery Games. So not everything is going to be in the book, obviously. Like it's small things that you don't need the book. You don't need the evidence to add to the book. The book will be there, but it'll be just like a cute game for my limited editions. I'm having a competition run on socials, and I'm going to give one away, and then I'm going to give another away on an early bird special for pre-orders, which closes the 5th. And then, yeah, so it'll only be 2 I'll be giving away. And then there'll be the book box that's available, limited. I think I'll be doing 5.
But I'm one of those 5. I'm one of those 5. But you only have 4. You're only allowed 4. Yeah,
the competition is like it's a social, just like to push out some hype, basically. But so you enter, you're like, hi, I'm a detective on the case, and then I'll drop some hints. It's not that difficult. I don't want to be too, it's not supposed to be heavy, but it's basically they're going to be like, I'm a detective. Oh, you're asking what's the spelling? No, that's the spelling mistake. Oh, you're asking who this is? I think you did mention this looks like Julian, but maybe it could be Alejandro, or I'll be dropping just random things, just to create some hype. I'm a hype queen.
You are. You definitely are.
If I can create something to hype something up, I'll sign me up.
I think in general, you are just one of the biggest supporters in SAIAA and in the local book archive. In general, you're always behind people. You're always boasting them. You always want to see the best in them. So in saying that, why did you want to join SAIAA? and putting your books on the local booker? Why?
Well, because Angela and Michelle were chatting with a whole bunch of others, and they were like, "Aren't you like tired of these people taking advantage of you, with regards to writing?" And I was like, "Yeah." But then it evolved from obviously the initial, "we want to make a stand," to actually, oh my gosh, we can grow as people and as authors and as anything. Whether you don't even write, you just join because you'd like to just breathe words out into like the ether. So we've created so much, and SAIAA's evolved in a quick space a lot. Like the idea was there, but seeing it happen, I mean, it's
And
helped
being a
me.
part of it.
evolve. Yeah, I'm just happy to be a part of it. If someone's like, "I'm dropping a debut," I'm there. Woo!
You are very active in the members group, I must say. You, like I said, you're one of the biggest supporters. You're always there. And yeah, just thank you for your presence. You're one of the best.
Well, without SAIAA, I wouldn't have been so confident, guys. I'm like this when I'm
You've
comfortable.
grown. You've grown. Look how much you've grown in the past couple of months, eh? Like, damn.
Well, SAIAA has watered me with nourished waters.
Ooh, there's the artist coming through. I love it. The writing.
Oh, I love
I'm getting hot here. I'm gonna keep quiet. Go. Ask the question. I'm just.
Okay. If you could spend one day walking in one of your characters' shoes, who would it be and why? And now, we do know that you have more than just the dark romance that's going. You've got your fantasy and you've got the short story collection. So who, out of all of your works in progress?
I think I would be from one of my fantasies, Dane to Suffer. I want to be a badass princess who, puts men in their place, takes a few beatings, but she shows men that, what, doesn't matter where you come from or, your pampered life. If you want to grow as a person and learn, that's who I want to be. I want to be her. I'm not giving names, but yes, she is the one I want to, shoes I want to walk in. Maybe not in like that time, because there was no medicine in the old days because you have to write what seemed like old school. So yeah, I would be her today.
I love that. That is awesome. What can you tell us about your fantasy? Like, where are you in terms of your writing process with that?
That one's been lagging for like 13, 14, 15 years. I stopped counting, but yeah, I'm now on the rewrite. I'm on chapter 19 of, I think, 30. I've shortened it. It used to be like 50 chapters. I dropped a lot. It used to also be 180,000 words, and then I dropped it to 120. So,
Sure. Okay.
yeah, no,
14
definitely.
years. 14 years.
Come here, Babs. Mommy's busy. Come here. You want to sit? Come.
Yes. Come.
All right.
No.
Come on.
Okay.
Say hello.
Hi. Hello, beautiful.
Say thank you. Okay, love you. Bye. Bye.
Bye. She looks gorgeous, by the way, just like her mom. I love the outfit. She's wearing a little tiger.
Yeah, no, she has to have leopard print. It matches that wild child of mine. That is one of my characters, by the way.
Oh,
That's
really?
Who? She's Narissa. She's that feisty second
You're
child.
lying. You are lying. That's not Narissa. You can't say that about your kid. What do you mean?
No, her dad and I were saying she's going to be one of those teenagers where she was a easy baby, difficult, terrible too. She's going to be an easy, okay teenager. And then as an adult, we're probably going to come home with piercings and tattoos. And we're just going to be like, you don't scare us. Okay.
We understand.
We love
Sounds
you.
like my daughter.
Yeah. I can already tell. She is so wild. And cheeky.
Cheeky. But
She
okay,
is.
let me ask, were you cheeky when you were younger? At all? Were you cheeky?
Well, my mom was, she signed me up for everything. She signed me up for modeling. She signed me up for tennis. So I was cheeky in the sense that I didn't want to do those things. I wanted to be with the boys in the trees. I wanted to be in the mud. I wanted to write my stupid stories. Listen, I cut up everything that was a paper to make like little notes. I would scratch on and the yellow pages. I loved writing on the yellow page. There's already writing, but I would like to. And the paper. I'm such a feely person, so like a sensory person. So that's what I wanted to do. But I wasn't cheeky. I was maybe a bit of a diva, but not
You're a
cheeky.
diva, babe. You're a diva after hours. I love it though. And you do it with such class. With such class.
No.
You will come in out of nowhere and just be like, oh, so here I am. I love it. Yes.
I also love it because Lee now opened the door for what I wanted to ask next.
Please go.
How has your personal background, your environment, your upbringing kind of shaped some of the themes that you have in your books?
So we're a bunch of nerds in the house, okay? All of us. My dad, my brother, my mom. Well, no, my mom. My mom's actually quite the like left brain or right brain person. Very mathematical. But the three of us, my dad, my brother, we love Star Wars. We loved, my dad would take us to Harry Potter events like at Monte Cassino that have like that whole event. So that kind of stuff shaped me because where little girls were doing Barbie, I was like, Wingardium Leviosa. And the kids would be like, okay. And I'd be like, I'm on my broom. Brim, brim. I was a weird child, okay? And I didn't care. I never conformed to the cliques. Like in high school, the girls were doing makeup and hair. And yeah, sure, I would do that. But I was more like, listen, Game of Thrones is on, guys. I'm going to go watch. Even though I wasn't I wasn't old enough. But like things like that. And my dad especially, he'll come to me and be like,
I expect that, girl. I'm sorry, the way that you write love stories, I would think you the girl that wears heels and the red lipstick and the hair is that. Look at your hair now. I'm totally shocked. Thank
this
you.
is the 1%.
You're actually a nerd. I love it.
1%. I look like what's his name? I look like a hobo half the time, okay? I'm a mommy hobo. I'm happy to be in my bun and my pajamas or my hoodie. That is me. This is the 1% when I'm like, I have to go out into public. Don't want to be a hobo in public. I'll be a hobo in my own time. And I'm chilled like that. I think I write love like that, you say, Lee, is because I'm going to be honest here, guys. I haven't had the best track record with men. I'm not a hater of men, but like they've just shown me things that I don't want in my like love life, my fictional love life, if I can put it like that. Yeah, I'm happy to be a single person. I'm happy in my own space, but obviously I know how to write what I would want in my characters, in my love stories.
I'm sorry, but you're not a guy when you write. That is, you are not a female when you write. I had to stop myself a few times, and then I would look and I'm like, I am reading a Tarien. It's not like a Trevor or a Tyson or a Tony. It's Tarien that wrote this. Yeah. Your writing is very, very good. I got lost in that sense because you don't write like a female character. You don't write like a female author. My bad. You did so well with writing the male perspective and how they would think and stuff. You did very good.
We want them to think.
Yes, but I wouldn't have said this is a female author that wrote it. Let's say that, because the way that you wrote it is very, very good. It's very well done. And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I'm very hardcore in that sense with my reviews. So, no, you did good there, girl. And you just saying this now makes more sense, putting the puzzle pieces together because, yeah, men.
Yeah, I could say a lot on that. Listen, I have so many discussions at work where I'll say something and I'll be like, ugh, men. And then all the men will be like, wait, explain. For 5 marks, explain. And then I have to we have analytical discussions of why I don't like this. And then I use it in my writing. I'm like, valid. Let's use that.
Well done. You pull it through. Well done. Yes.
That is healthy because as authors as well, especially if we have had these not so great relationships with partners, we can sometimes put our rage into books. But the fact that you
Beautiful.
are having
Mhm.
conversations and having that, seeing
Back
both
and
sides
forth.
of the coin, should I say,
Yeah.
it's really, it sounds like it comes across really well.
No, it
And
does.
that's a good thing, because you're not coming from, I hate all.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
even the spice,
Connected.
like even your spice factor, I can tell you now, like there is spice. Like I said, like, hey, happy, are you alone now? Are you busy? But even
It's
that,
actually like vanilla
little story,
compared.
yeah. But the point is the way that you write and everything to lead up to that point, and it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
just that. It's not just hardcore. It's not like, yay, throw me against the wall now type of thing. It's real. It can actually happen what you're writing. It's not so fantasy there. That is
Yeah.
real. So I appreciated that. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I want obviously things that can actually happen. I'm not gonna be like, listen, I've twisted you like a pretzel. No. Listen, let's be realistic. That sounds painful and I already got cramps
No,
thinking about it.
yeah.
Can't.
I love that though.
Sorry,
But
are
also,
you?
like,
Yes. First you asked, then I'm going to ask one question. Yes.
oh no, what I wanted to say is, obviously I haven't read Vice or Injustice yet. From your descriptions and from what I've heard you say about your characters, I kind of get the idea that a core message of your stories is kind of around female empowerment. Yes, you do write about love and men in a way that you would have wanted it, but I have a suspicion that your female characters, if I take Leora as well from the Crab King one,
Okay.
is like, and like Lee said, doesn't take shit, stands up for her own beliefs, knows what she wants type of thing. And I think that's something that you kind of pull through
Very well.
in all of your books, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true. That's one of the main ones that I maybe did like unmistakably, and only when like people actually started reading my stuff, they're like, "You do this," and I was like, "I do, don't I?" But like my main one
Yes.
was always to write like how no matter what your trauma is, you can always be loved. That was my original one. But I think I've evolved as a writer thanks to the SAIAA and like a lot of you guys who I speak to. You can actually hold a conversation and tell me, yeah, no, definitely valid, but have you tried thinking of it like this? So I've evolved, I would say.
No, definitely. Look at you. She's even tried to say it. You've definitely grown, babe. Definitely.
I'm a SAIAA seed.
So, would you be willing to read a small piece from Injustice?
Sure.
Please.
It's not a
Ooh.
Oh, look, she's a thing. Ooh, look at the old school manuscript and
That's how I do it. Let's see, something that's not.
Spoilery.
Yeah, here we go.
what?
It's from chapter 10.
Okay, I'm down, okay.
I know what she's offering, and it feels too good to be true. But when she called me, the fear in her voice was real. The fear in her eyes now. Yeah, you see, it's like got notes, guys. So the fear in her eyes are even more of a reminder. But at the same time, she's willing to offer not only her husband, but she's willing to offer her whole world. What that kind of promise is dangerous and could cost her life. I don't know, I say as I step around her, scrubbing at my chin. That's all I'm reading.
I know.
That is such a tease.
No, it's so good. Really, if you could, really, Azaria, do yourself a favor, get the book. It's really good. It's really good. That's why I feel so lost now. That's why I'm so excited about Vice. So, yes,
I'm glad.
I'm very glad.
Please don't judge that one too hard. I do know I need to do a second edition. It needs work. That one was really put out there, and you know, from there I'll grow. It was really.
But we're all like this.
But don't you see, like, you started with this and you're growing, and
Yeah.
that's how me as the reader, I'm evolving with you, with the author,
Definitely.
and I can see how your words have changed and everything. That's why I was such a refreshing and so shocked when I saw that short story. I loved it. I liked
amazing.
the Crab King. I dig him.
We were like the little fits in our little judges group, and we're like, oh my god, it's so good. And me and her were the first ones to finish. And we're like, have you read? And she's like, yes. I'm like, let's talk.
Let us
I need to
continue.
go.
Because
Also,
everyone's
like the-
anonymous, so we
Yeah,
don't
the-
know
the
who anyone is.
The atmosphere that you created in that short story, like you can visualize everything
Yes,
because your descriptions and things are just like
it's so
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
It's so
So I'm
I
really
love,
looking
I love
forward
being
to-
descriptive.
No, I love the way that you write because you make the reader still think about it, and you make them. You need to hub for more. Okay, I need to keep on going to understand, and then you will say something like, "But didn't you mean this?" And then you go on reading. Oh, is that what you meant? So yes, when it comes to the judging, we have no clue who
We don't
enters
know
it.
I don't even
No
know.
idea.
Mhm.
And
All
you're just a
anonymous.
number. You like number 6 or number 8 or whatever. And I'm like, number
Oh.
8. Please read number 8. Number
Yeah.
8 is the way.
And we've got a whole form that we've got to fill in about the whole story.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
not just like, oh, I like the story.
Oh,
It's there's
no.
a whole structure.
It's a whole structure.
I thought, okay, look, they at least know who they're reading. Like,
No,
okay, no,
no one.
okay.
No clue.
None of us know.
And that's the fun part because when we get it every month, I'm trying to figure out who's who.
It is.
Yeah.
Who does it
Usually
sound
me and
like?
Lee like, have
And
you done a cheat?
I'm not gonna lie. Didn't you also enter the one for the superhero one? Didn't you write the superhero one as well? You wrote in
I'm not
2.
sure.
You said
I've only written 2.
I think you wrote in the first one. And then
Yeah, I
the
think it
second
was
one.
the girl, or 1,000 years from now, or the girl back
Yeah.
then, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun because now I'm reading this. I'm like, who the heck? What author is
So
this?
much fun.
Which
I
one?
need more. And then it's you. So it was amazing. Thank you for
The
that.
good thing about this short story is that you can actually evolve you carry on with that book. You can make it into something because it's got bones, let me tell you.
Yes, I
Like
know.
you're doing now, exactly. So
And we
But I wanted to
evolve
dip my
like this.
toes. I want to
So-
keep it short story because let me tell you, these 100,000 and 80,000s are killing me.
I feel you, my friend. I'm busy doing a novella.
Yo,
Short stories in between. We need to break that, like, just that rhythm.
But also, don't you think when you are writing these heavy stories that are either crime or dark romance or dark fantasy, you need to have some little lightness to break
Yes.
it because it takes a toll on your head, right?
Of course,
And
because our brains
especially
can't.
if you are busy.
Yeah.
You are busy. You not only do you write, you do graphics, you have kids. So no wonder you need a break from long ass stories. Because I could not do what you do. Let me tell you now. There's no
know.
way.
it's 2
It's not
a.m.
helpful.
Tarien, it's 2 a.m. and Julian sends you a message. What does it say?
I found something. Come over.
But who's coming over? Is it
Could be
Ozzy?
Adam, could be Ivy, could be Narissa. You
I
never
think
know.
it's Narissa. No, I think it's Narissa. That bitch. Anyway.
Yeah, but aren't you now going to look at her difference because now you've turned around and said that it's like based on your child?
No, don't be like that. No, really,
Personality.
Angela. Really, Angela.
Well, she said that the
No,
character
that's
is
the
based.
thing. It can be based on it. Doesn't mean that it is your.
No, it's the what do you call it? Characteristics of her, like her type of way.
Mannerisms.
No, I don't want Nurse to be my child. No. I might get locked up.
I've also got one more question for you. And I'm very interested in the answer. So if you could collaborate with any author, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
interesting.
Because
Interesting.
the way he used to write, like his dark things that he touched on, also the way he would write, I would have loved to collaborate with him. And also just to get into his mind.
Hmm.
I think that would have been an interesting one.
That would be fun. You would have designed a few creative things with him. You would have, yeah.
So I would have actually painted with him if I wanted. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't paint that well, but if I pick up a brush, I'd be like, that's the kind of things he instills. Like when I see quotes of his come up, I'm just like, oh, I feel
So
it.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
is
you are here, and I want you to show yourself off. I want you to boast yourself off because this interview will come out the 14th of July. Tell me everything and more why we need to buy Injustice. Why must people buy Injustice? Why?
where
And
can they
where?
find this?
Soon on my website, but for now it'll be through the local book house and Amazon. Myself, if you mind talking to me. But yes, it'll be available hopefully on the 31st, digitally. So print will be obviously a bit delayed. Having struggles with some printers. But yeah, it will be available. And if you want, you can buy it. But I would appreciate it if you at least dip your toe into my world. But
Very
yeah,
worth it. If who's watching, it's so worth it. Please do it. It's so worth it.
it is.
But
But
yeah,
I don't want sales. Just read the story because I just want someone to,
So good.
to enjoy it.
I enjoyed it. I really did. It's definitely a 5-star. Well done.
Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it.
and it has been amazing to chat to
Fun.
you again. It's been fun. Peeling back the layers of who you are. And yeah, I think everybody here can also see the difference in you since our first live
First interview.
interview.
I was so nervous.
Well,
And
since
think about
I've
it.
known
Yeah.
since I've known you and since I threw out that crazy WhatsApp message into the world, what I must say is you have grown so much. And I'm so, so proud of everything that you've done because
Thanks.
have evolved so much in your confidence, in your writing, and just being you. And I'm glad you're not hiding anymore.
Yeah, no, you guys have really instilled so much in me. Like, I mean, before SAIAA, I was going to be like in my dark corner reading and writing. And you guys just open up like it's okay to still be like that. But I mean, do it in a community of people like that. So I'm appreciative of you guys for doing the things you've done, creating SAIAA, creating an author community that just breeds positivity. Yes, we have our ifs and ups and downs and whatever's, but like for me, it's so positive. And everybody's grown. I mean, yeah. I'm just happy.
I'm looking forward to your book launch.
Yeah, me
Oh,
too.
thank you.
Me too.
Yeah,
There's
I think
another interview on the local book archive. So we're going to show
I guess for the book launch.
And I get my claws into you.
be afraid. Be very afraid.
Well, her clause was in you now the whole time with all her drawings and everything like that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can keep each other busy. I'm not gonna lie. I've been having fun.
Busy times, indeed.
Busy times. Shame. But thank you so much, ladies. I really appreciate this. I actually just did this again because I thought, you know what? Let me just get on here and hype, not just SAIAA, but like the authors that are in our group and you ladies. And yes, I love
We
you.
love you. We love you. And thank you for your time and effort.
I do appreciate it.